In the in the in the you gotta rewind, buddy. You gotta read the notes, champ. In the morning show joint. So
Yeah.
gotta read the notes.
You done switched up. Y'all switched up again on me. Okay.
I tried to stop you.
Oh, I had the wrong one. I had the flip script. I mean the script flipped. Oh Lord have mercy. Well now, let's do it again. And now for Uncle John is none other than this phenomenal woman who is building an international business. She is great at capturing it all. She has been the woman who has been capturing stories for generations to come, for families, and holding it all and bringing it back in a very, very professional manner that is good for all generations to come. We're talking about none other than our phenomenal Leo.
Tawana Chisley.
The gang's all here. The gang's all here.
All right, y'all. All right. Grand Rising experts. So you done thrown me off. So this is where we educate, motivate, inspire, uplift, and we talk about our money-making activities. And it is winning, and I'm going to add this one, Wisdom Wednesday.
All right. All right.
Winning Wisdom Wednesday. So there's 3 things that we need to take care of first. So if we can get everyone to come off of mute, if you can, get rid of those little red colors on that screen. All right. Team, how y'all feel?
Double fired up.
Oh, I got a double fired up. And what's up?
My income.
Okay. And who gets a green sheet?
Everybody gets a green sheet.
And the music will play, and then it'll play again. Who gets a green sheet? Hey. One more time. Is it coming? Is it coming?
Hey.
Give another chance. Do we keep it moving?
Hey. You get one, and you get one, and you get one, and you get one.
Hey. Hey.
Get your green sheets. Everybody get your green sheets. Get your green sheets. Everybody get your green sheets. Get your green sheets. Everybody get your green sheets. Get your green sheets. Everybody get your green sheets.
Let me get my screen back where it needs to be. And of course, we got our first hand up. So Dr. Mark, the financial prophet with the PROFIT.
All right.
Thank you. You got something awesome to say?
Yeah, thank you, Chris Grio Leo. Yeah, I'm double fired up this one. That's why I said it, man. You know, this morning I am so encouraged by what this business is doing for the village, for our family, and just, man, we see great things. But, you know, that 3-foot rule, y'all. Yesterday I was cutting the grass. I got to tell a story. So I had to go out there and clean up. I was out there cutting the leaves, and I was at the curb. Here come the Amazon lady. She was driving her truck. She went next door to the neighbor. She said, "Hey, how you doing?" I was just raking my leaves, minding my business. She said, "How you doing?" She went to go drop her package off. And you know, and so I waited. So she came back and smiled again. I said, "Hey, how you doing?" You know, I said to her again, you said to her, "You mind if I ask you a question? Do you have life insurance?" She said, I think I do. I said, "Was it at work?" She said, "I really don't know, you know." And I said, I talked to her about it, and said, "Man, you're so young and you need life insurance." And we just talked to her about a little bit. And I said to her, "Man, really like to give you more information." I said, "You see that window right there? My wife is in her home office. Give me your number and text her right now so I can tell her who you are." Because I had to have my phone with me. And then this is what she said, "Are you guys hiring?"
Oh,
I said, "Yes, we are hiring." She said, "I love to talk to people." I said, "Yeah, that's crazy." I said, I was excited. I said, "Okay, get the number to my wife and let her know, that we can connect you." Now, this is why I'm double fired up, y'all. This is what I wanted to share. I saw a friend of mine went and was at grad school with a few years ago, and I reached out to her, my other IMO, about being in life insurance. So last night, I don't know, for whatever reason, after our call, I went on LinkedIn last night. And I saw her ad pop up, and guess what I saw?
what you see?
She was with a different competitor in our industry. And I looked down, I said, "Man, I invited her a couple years ago. Why is she coming with me?" Guess what, y'all? She called me before this call. And
What?
she's gonna get on with 𝗱cie Financial Group, y'all. So I'm double fired up, y'all. And she is another doctor.
Wow.
So let's
That's
go.
good.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Wow.
Just wanted to share that. Right before this call, we had a conversation. I'm going to get her plugged in. So just want to share that good news this morning.
Wow. Big congrats,
Can't make this stuff
Dr.
up.
Say it again, Jock.
Can't make this stuff up.
You can't. And this is a great leeway into what I wanted to do really quickly. Well, I don't know how quick it's going to be. But yesterday, we were talking about that mindset, and I brought up what meant, and also brought up the 𝗱𝗶𝗸𝗀. So after I got off the call, the 7 Hermetic Principles, after I got off the call, I went and I asked ChatGPT, my friend, I said, "Help me or show me how the 7 Hermetic Principles coincides with your business or building a team." And you know what Chat said? "Oh, that's a good one." So if it's okay with you, because Dr. Mark, what you said kind of leads into what these principles are. So if you're not familiar, the 𝗱𝗶𝗸𝗀 is an ancient book of 7 Hermetic Principles, right? So it's universal laws. It's been going on forever. The Romans, the Greeks, all of them went to Egypt to get this knowledge. So if it's okay with you, I'm gonna give you the first 3. Everybody okay with that? And Troy, we'll come back to you.
Yeah.
So the first one is one we talk about all the time: the mind, mentalism. This is why I said ment is mind. If you look it up, it is mind. So it's called all is mind. Everything begins with vision and mindset. This is the business application to that. A successful business starts in the mind of its founder and leaders. If you cultivate a strong, positive, and abundant mindset, it will ripple into your team and business. Is that not Jamie Prickett? That's Jamie, right? So the second one is the principles of correspondence. As we know, is as above, so below. Those are patterns that repeat across levels of life. Business application would be the culture at the top mirrors throughout the organization. If leadership models integrity, balance, and respect, the same will reflect in employees, customer service, and brand reputation. Is that not that's what's happening here, right, guys? Right? All right. Number 3, the principle of vibration. Nothing rests, everything moves. All is energy, always shifting. Business application: energy, attitude, communication, shape team dynamics. High energy, enthusiasm, and consistency keeps morale strong and attract opportunities. Businesses that keep their frequencies high adapt faster to change. And y'all, I used to get this one all the time. Ronnie, your energy low. We gotta do something about that. I'm like, okay, I get it, I understand. So those are the first three. Type in the chat if you want to know the last four, or just shout it out. If not, I'll keep it moving and I'll share it tomorrow.
Give us the last four. You got time.
Okay.
Can you say the energy part again? Energy, attitude, shakes what?
Energy, attitude, and communication shape team dynamics. Okay, so number 4 is, and Mark, with what you were just talking about, all this is going to come into play because I'm going to get to number 5. Number 4 is the principle of polarity. Everything has its opposites. Opposites are part of the same whole. Business application. Every challenge holds opportunities. Difficult customers, setbacks, or financial lows can be reframed as chances to innovate, strengthen systems, and uncover new markets. Leaders must show the team how to find balance in extremes. We're always talking about you're going to have your highs and your lows. You know, if something happens, let's find a positive spin on it. If you break your leg, say, oh, maybe it was time for me to rest, or maybe I need to sit still and get something else done, right? Find a positive spin on these things. All right. Number 5, the principle of rhythm. Everything flows in and out. Life moves in cycles. Business application. Business has cycles: growth, decline, busy seasons, slow periods. Teams that understand rhythm prepare for shifts, avoid burnout, and stay focused during downturns, knowing the upswing will return. We talk about this all the time. Stay in the car. Stay in the car. Even when things are going bad or you're not making any money, stay in the car. There will be an upswing. Number 6, here you go, Mark. The principle of cause and effect. Every cause has an effect. Nothing happens by chance. Business application. Results don't happen by accident. Sales, growth, and culture are the effects of intentional actions. Marketing strategies, customer service, leadership choices. Teacher team accountability. Every action they take has measurable consequences. And you out there saying, do you have life insurance? And you giggle when you say it. I just feel like you giggle every time you say it. I feel like you do. I feel like you do. And number 7 is real personal to me because I discussed this about the energy of a call, right? So number 7 is the principle of gender. Everything has masculine and feminine principles. Balance is the key. Masculine energy brings structure, strategy, and execution. Feminine energy brings creativity, empathy, and collaboration. A strong business or team integrates both, driving results while fostering innovation and harmony. I have said this many times, a lot of times to myself, but I think I mentioned it to 𝗍𝗍, that we needed some feminine energy on here. And now we got it. So those are the 7 hermetic principles in building a team. That's it.
Good stuff.
All right. So Troy.
All right.
I'm gonna pass this over to the index voice of inspiration himself, Mr. Troy Gandy.
All right. Well, thank you. And again, I apologize for missing out on that feminine energy earlier. Oh, man. Okay. I guess the distractions was coming at me heavy, boy. Now that the ministerial process is over with, I can zone back in.
There you go.
Shucks. But I was at at the revival just last night, late last night. And man, I haven't been at this church all that long, and that's where I actually engaged in the ministerial process. And it was just, just getting to know all these folks and these beautiful people and whatnot under the senior pastor Les McIntosh. Man, it's been amazing. And what intrigued me and brought me to the church in the first place was the fact that he wanted to be an all-inclusive church. One that addressed the total man, as he says. And we're talking about the spiritual, the physical, and economical situations, because a lot of times Jesus had to feed people first before he could get their souls right in order to be able to receive the word that was coming into them. So, oh man, got mad love for these folks. And right after it's over, we got a chance to actually, just you got to be conscious of wanting to care for the people that are in your warm market, seriously. And that they need it, that they want it, but just have no clue as to what, we actually do and what we can actually do for them. So you got to get good at fusing your conversation. Man, I've been bragging on the village and how we've been to church for the last 2 days talking about Moses and how, some folks just, can't seem to slay those giants, and how, instead of taking 11 days to get where they really want to go, that they've been taking, it took them 40 days. And I was like, man, they was like, I said, yeah, I call it business church. Man, we had business church for the last couple days. And they was like, huh? What? Folks are interested. I said, so, it's time. It's game time. So we're going to have a fall festival coming up this Saturday. And I'm excited about that. And already got a couple folks that I'm, setting up appointments with. So we're going to start working on them and go from there. That's it. So that's all my excitement and hype for the day.
All right. Thank you.
And now I'm going to pass the ball to the man who's kind of like he's sitting up there pretty high on Jacob's ladder, because he's the owner of Solar Controllers. So he's up there in the universe somewhere doing this thing, and he got a nice little shine on his head right now. So I'm just going to go ahead and give it to him. I don't want him to think he can take the place of the sun, but we're going to give it to him, none other than the man called Bunny. Let's get it.
You know something, brother? If you want sister Tawana had me thinking of something. Well, what you was just saying, she was saying, but about the burnout. When you say you get burned out, what is actually when you burnt out? Is that you focusing too much on a problem too much, when it's starting to eat into your psyche, or is it a problem that you can't resolve? Because that's a lot of times when you're getting burnt out, you're not resolving the issue. You know what I mean? You're not looking at it in a different direction. That's when the village falls into place now, because you can get different ideas and different perspectives from different people. So you won't get burned out. You always be fresh in what you're thinking and your ideas. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. What they always say, what is heavy, the heavy with the head that covers all the problems. Mm-hmm. If you cover all the problems, but there's other people that you can listen to, I say, wait, man, let me reach out to Tawana, get ask her opinion on this. Well, I can reach out to Dr. Mark and ask him something this. So I said, hypothetically, what did you do if you do that? And if you do things like that, because how you say, anybody can get overwhelmed by a problem. Anybody. Mm-hmm. It's just what steps you do when you get a problem. Do you linger in the problem, or do you find a solution for the problem, or get people to help you with the solution to conquer the problem?
Absolutely.
It's what you do. It ain't the problem itself, it's what you do when you get one. That's all I want to say, brother.
Thank you, Money. I'm sorry, I have to keep calling you Money.
You know?
I can't call you the solar controller. You are money. In my book.
I'll be thinking that. How you say? I'll be thinking.
I've been thinking. I've been thinking.
Thinking.
All right, we have a hand up, money, Pastor Ball.
All right, I'm gonna send it and reach out to the $1 million maker and the $1 million and the $1 million earner that I send over to my good friend Monique Pinkney, the giant on the room.
Thank you, money. Thank you. I do receive that. The $1 million earner. Thank you for that. I want to share something you said, Tawana.
Yes.
You said that everything begins with the mindset. The business starts in the mind of the owner.
Mm-hmm.
And the other one that hit me was results don't happen by accident. Leadership choices affects it. And I thought about it's a scripture that says, "Do not merely listen to the word, do what it says." So that kind of applies to what you were talking about, in that we could have the instructions, but if we don't do anything with it, nothing's going to happen. So the results are only going to happen if you do something with it. So I was just thinking about how grateful I am for our team, because we've been blessed to be able to grow the team and see people doing things, and people have some results. And several people on our team were able to do add some new partners, and they're excited about it and stuff. And I thought about when Coach was talking about how when you start building the team, a lot of us haven't done that before. So it is like a fear to it when you first get started, because you don't know what you're going to get.
Mm-hmm.
But then he said, just start doing it. So when you start doing it, you realize that you have some people that need more help. You have some people that go do their own thing, but it's working. They come back and get help. So you got a whole bunch of different kind of people, but everybody just meet the need where it is and let people go. And as a leader, you see they need help, jump in and help them. If, they going and they doing well, let them go, fan them on, let them keep go, root them on. And so it's a combination of all these things that we have to do, but you don't know to do it until you start it. Does that make sense? Because you don't know what the team is going to look like until you start growing. And so, we have a lot of different kind of people, but it's exciting, it's fun, it's hard, and the ups and downs you talked about this morning. So it's a combination of all those things. So just thank you. And, I'm grateful for this opportunity, and just excited to see what the villages are going to keep doing. So thank you.
Thank you, Mo. That's great to it. Thank you, Monique Pinkney, MBA, your insurance and tax pro. And we appreciate you being here as well.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. All right, we'll pass the ball.
Yes, I'm going to pass this ball to this gentleman right here that has just been crushing the game. He has a 1% mindset, but he doesn't keep it to himself. He's actually teaching it to others. And so I want to hear from Nathaniel, the 1% mindset.
Thank you. Monique Pinkney, MBA, my insurance and tax pro. You look great over there. Thank you very much. It's been a good couple of days. I had to do some like Jen. I had to get some immediate goals taken care of. But I've been in the car listening and trying to get my mindset right. But I've also had a lot of failures, and this is what seems like the topic of the day is. And I want to first point out something that the 𝗍𝗄 mentioned, that the principle of polarity is real. When you have those downturns, this too shall pass, right? Just like the good ones, this too shall pass. But it got me thinking, because I have been thinking about the next steps in the innovation portion. When you're down, you got to start innovating the business. So during my failures, my main purpose was to figure out what I'm doing wrong, right? So I know that I need to start working on selling the dream. Me being out there doing daily work together, but I'm not dressed the part. I don't walk the walk as much as I could. And I think that has a lot to do with it. Appearance has a lot to do with it. So instead of just being out there, putting my name out there, I want to be a little bit more intentional in what I'm doing. Okay. So I'm going to probably get myself a little bit more niced up, get my hair did, and go out there and actually try and sell the dream, because it's one thing to just say, hey, how you doing? My name is Nathaniel. Do you have life insurance? Right. But if you're in there and you're visibly looking the part, being respectful to everyone walking in the building and asking other questions like, oh, do you take care? Are you on Medicare? Do you have $10,000 in debt that you want to get rid of? Like those little things that like walking the walk, looking the look, doing the things that need to be done. I think that might help in my selling the dream portion because that's where I'm missing it. So, and money would set it right. Do you lean into your problems? And if you don't, what are you doing about it? So thanks, money. I appreciate that. Thank you all. Let's see you on the other
Okay,
side.
Nathaniel. So one thing, well, two things actually, but one thing that really stood out, you said you're gonna try to sell that dream. What did I say the other day? Every time I hear the word try, I go, ooh,
I'm selling the dream.
you're
No
selling the
trial.
dream.
Yep.
Sell the dream. You are doing it.
That's right.
And it's not, well, this is for me personally, it's not always what you have on, it's what your energy is putting out. So I can walk in there with a t-shirt and my leggings and still sell it.
Right.
I agree with that too.
Have that confidence.
Good coffee is good coffee. Don't matter what kind of cup it's in.
Facts. All right. So we're at the top of the hour and we're going to transition over. So take it away, Troy Gandy.
All right. Thank you once again, 𝗍𝗄𝗍𝗶𝗸, Mrs. 𝗍𝗏 𝗘𝗿𝗄. Hey, thank you for handling that courageous conversations for Uncle Jock this morning. We didn't give him a chance to lean back, but now is about the time we may be able to do that just for a minute. We're in a few. So we're going to transition right now after everybody gives the 𝗍𝗄𝗍𝗶 a round of applause. Yes. Thank you, ma'am, for bringing the feminine energy in there with some wisdom, the silver locks of wisdom, all at the same time. Appreciate you very much. All right, now we transition. So again, send out those last minute texts to all of your teammates and prospects for part 2 of Good Morning Experts. And to make sure that they have a good pen and pad in hand, because our international recap specialist is still on tour right now. And she is quite busy, and we're waiting for her and giving her our blessing to get back here safely so that we can make sure that we get all the notes. But until then, you're on your own with that good ink and that super pen and that pad that you got. All right, to make sure that you are ready to take some notes that are this special segment that is coming up to help you grow your business. Let's do it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and welcome again to Good Morning Experts. It is now time for our masterclass of the day. And to help us with that is the man that you all know that needs no introduction. Needs no introduction. He is the man that steers courageous conversation. He's gonna have your brain thinking, and it ain't gonna be stinking. I'm here to tell you, today he's got something special for you, and we're gonna give it to him. He's that man that comes with a 6-figure ring, and he's also the member of the What is that? He is a Gold Legacy member. That's it. Gold Legacy member. And the first shareholder in Washington, D.C. We're talking about the man known as the man of courageous conversations, Uncle Ja.
Thank you, Troy. Can you hear me loud and clear?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Asked, are we recording this? Is it being recorded?
I'm not sure. But you all can record on your devices. You just hit the record button and you should be able to record. You could hit screen record. I'm not sure if we're recording, but I'm telling y'all, what you're getting ready to hear, I just dropped the link to it in the chat so everybody can grab it, because you're getting, this is, when I tell you, Nathaniel, and speaking to what you all talked about earlier, especially Tawana leading with mindset. This is going to be perfect for what you guys need to hear, right? And the other thing is, because I'm not sure if YouTube is I'm not sure if we're recording in YouTube land, but this is from Napoleon Hill. The tempo is a little up tempo. So that's why I dropped the link in the chat. It's an 8-hour recording, but ironically, coming out the gate, he's going to be speaking exactly to us, right? So this 8-hour recording, what I would suggest, if you all don't really like taking information in big chunks, and take 15 minutes a day and you'll be through this whole thing in a month. But I'm telling you, this is some heavy, heavy, heavy information. So, Dr. Mary?
You have been wired to lose, not because of fate, not because of lack, but because of silent repetitions planted in your mind by weak men, fearful voices, and invisible enemies. And as long as those patterns remain, nothing in your life will change. This speech is not entertainment. It is a blueprint. It is a weapon. It is a daily system to rewire your thinking so radically that even your fears will no longer recognize you. You have been programmed to doubt, to hesitate, to drift, to shrink, and unless you remove that wiring from the root, you will forever sabotage your own success. But today, I give you the tool the world never gave you, the daily rhythm of mental power, a voice that replaces your inner noise with steel, repetition that destroys weakness, command that installs greatness. Let this play in your background every day, and you will become new, not by force, not by hope, but by spiritual law, because your mind cannot resist what it hears daily, feels deeply, and obeys repeatedly. This is that voice. These are those commands. This is your hour. So let us begin. Every man is being programmed, either by his own definite purpose or by the idle winds of the world. His thoughts are not isolated accidents. They are commands repeated. They are seeds that build empires or tombs. If he does not select and repeat the right thought, the wrong one will take root. That is not opinion, it is law. Repetition builds reality. What the heart feels often, the hand soon builds. Faith creates fact. It is not the loudest voice that governs a man, it is the most consistent. Thought is the seed. Habit is the cement. Action is the structure. You cannot escape this. You can only choose what materials you're using. Cosmic habit force, the silent law of all permanence, binds whatever you repeat. If you repeat complaint, it becomes habit. If you repeat faith, it becomes character. If you repeat fear, it becomes fate. Your mind is fertile soil. It will grow whatever seed is given. And it does not judge the seed. It only obeys it. Most men never rewire themselves. They are not defeated by strength. They are conquered by subtlety. The whispers of news, gossip, ridicule, idle voices, and casual conversations slowly lay bricks in the mind. They listen without guarding, and what is heard without resistance becomes installed. You must now do what few will ever do. Take possession of your mind, not part-time, not on Sundays, but daily, hourly, even silently while others sleep. If you do not rewire yourself with purpose, the world will wire you with fear. And the world has no interest in your greatness. I speak now of autosuggestion, the principle by which the subconscious mind is impressed through repetition and belief. This is not a toy. It is not for hobbyists. It is the most powerful tool ever given to man. By it, the mind can be rebuilt, rewired, and redirected. Every time you repeat a thought with emotion, your subconscious accepts it as instruction, not as poetry, not as theory, as blueprint. The more you repeat it, the deeper the groove. The deeper the groove, the stronger the current. Soon it becomes instinct. Soon it becomes you. This is why the background noise of your life matters more than your peak decisions. Because what is repeated in the background becomes law in your being. It becomes a permanent builder of your belief. Consider the life of Thomas Edison. He was not a man of shallow thinking. He programmed his mind nightly with questions. He trained it to think while he slept. He expected answers not from hope, but from the infinite intelligence that obeys definiteness and repetition. When others said, "It cannot be done," Edison repeated a different phrase. "It will be done." And what he repeated, he created. He wired his mind not to fear failure, but to treat failure as information. And that mental blueprint built the modern world. You must now begin to do what Edison did. Train your mind through daily ritual. Speak only what aligns with your definite chief aim. Write it. Say it. Let it live in your environment. Let it echo when your room is silent. Say with me now, I now speak only what aligns with my definite chief aim. I permit no thought that weakens my resolve. My life is shaped by what I repeat, not what I wish. These are not quotes. They are weapons. They are laws. And when used daily, they are reprogramming commands for the subconscious mind. Every word you hear in the background is either programming you for strength or for stagnation. Every voice you entertain, every doubt you allow, every lyric you hum, it all enters the mind as suggestion. And the mind obeys all suggestion when repeated with emotion. So understand this, repetition is not neutral. Repetition is power. It is installation. It is spiritual engraving. And if you do not control the input, you will never control the output. Let me say this again. Repetition in the background is not noise, it is nutrition. Just as a man becomes weak by eating poison, a mind becomes anxious by absorbing fear. Just as a man becomes strong by feeding his body, a mind becomes clear by feeding it command. And so I give you your daily work. First, write your definite aim. Second, speak it aloud in the morning. Third, let it play in the background while you work. Fourth, repeat it silently when you walk. Fifth, affirm it before you sleep. Sixth, let no idle thought go unchecked. Do this not once, not twice, but daily, until the repetition becomes identity, until the man who once doubted becomes the man who now commands, until the wiring of weakness is replaced by the current of power. You may wonder, will this really work? And I answer, it already is. Your current beliefs, habits, posture, and confidence are not accidents. They are the result of past repetition. You are already wired. Now you must rewire. And this message, if repeated daily, becomes the new rhythm of your transformation. You do not need new motivation. You need new momentum. And that begins with repetition. You are not required to change overnight, but you are required to repeat the change every day. Let it sink into the grooves. Let it override the old scripts. Let it become so familiar that your fears no longer feel at home. And so I leave you with this. If you do not rewire yourself, the world will gladly wire you for weakness. But if you take command, if you install power, if you repeat the right thought with faith and definiteness, you shall become the man others cannot ignore. You shall become the architect of yourself, and nothing in your life shall remain the same. You are not your habits. You are not your past. You are not your failures. You are the repetition of thoughts and actions, done often enough to be mistaken for identity. The man you believe yourself to be is not permanent. He is merely practiced. And what is practiced can be replaced by new practice. Identity is not set in stone. It is formed in rhythm. A man becomes who he is through thought, emotion, and repetition. Every belief you carry was once an idea you entertained long enough to call your own, and the moment you stop repeating it, it begins to fade. The old self, the version of you that hesitates, doubts, breaks under pressure, is not a curse. He is a rhythm, a pattern, a familiar song played one too many times. He is the default voice that gained strength because no stronger voice ever took his place. You do not need to heal the old self. You do not need to understand him. you need to replace him. Just as you can overwrite a note with a new line, you can overwrite identity with new commands, new rituals, new beliefs. Understand this, every thought carries a command, and every time you think like the man you used to be, you reinforce him. You speak his language, you grant him breath. But if you replace those thoughts, if you starve him of attention and feed only the new image, he dies. The old self is not a demon, he is not an enemy. He is a habit, and habits are killed by starvation and replaced by intention. This is not theory, it is history. Let us consider Andrew Carnegie. He was not born with the image of a tycoon in his heart. He was born poor, born among laborers, born into the language of wages and survival, but he refused to rehearse it. He imagined fortune, he imagined service, he imagined power with purpose, and he repeated that image daily. He walked with it. He talked to himself with it. He rewrote his thoughts and declared a new vision, and slowly the wage mentality died. The old man was buried. The new one took the throne. This law applies to you. You have carried the old self not because he is strong, but because he is familiar. And what is familiar is not always wise. It is merely well-fed. Now you must begin to disassemble him. You must cut the cords of repetition that tie you to doubt. You must interrupt the rhythm. You must stop playing his tune. You disassemble a weak identity not with force, but by refusing to speak his phrases, by refusing to sit with his posture, by refusing to think his thoughts, and by repeating daily the opposite. Begin now with this. I no longer borrow identity. I construct it. Each repetition of strength replaces a former weakness. These are not empty words. These are chisels. They are instruments of mental architecture. They are the hammers that strike against the shell of the old you and make way for the form of the new one. Understand that visualization is not dreaming. It is design. And what is designed repeatedly in the mind becomes law in the subconscious. If you see yourself clear enough, often enough, and back it with emotion and decision, your outer life will mirror it. Mental rehearsal is construction, and construction requires daily work. Not emotion, not motivation, but work. Speak it aloud. The old self is no longer invited to build. Only the man of faith, clarity, and command may now remain. Picture now the man you are becoming, not in fantasy, but in blueprint. What does he say when pressure hits? How does he stand in the face of resistance? What does he refuse to entertain in conversation? What does he affirm in private? Now let your repetition begin there. Let the background noise of your life whisper his name. Let the words you speak install his presence. Let the books you read reinforce his identity. Let the silence you enter be the cathedral in which you rehearse his language. The world will continue to offer you the old self, through memory, through habit, through other people's expectations. But you will now know he is not you. He is a mask worn too long. And now that you have chosen to take command, he will fall away. But not easily, not without resistance, and not all at once. He will beg for comfort. He will crave the old schedule. He will plead for the same conversations. Deny him. Say, I have a new master now, and that master is purpose. I do not serve comfort. I serve the man I have chosen to become. Let every repetition be a funeral for the old self. Let every new command be a beam in the structure of the new identity. Let your walk, your word, your will speak only of your future. Tonight, when you lay your head down, let your final thoughts not be memories of who you were, but repetitions of who you are becoming. Speak affirmations. Listen to messages of power. Let your subconscious rest not in confusion, but in construction. And remember, repetition is the instrument. Faith is the force. Vision is the form. What you repeat with certainty becomes your life. What you starve dies. What you feed lives. And what you declare daily shall become your permanent name. So I say now, with complete conviction, begin tonight. Replace the echo of weakness with the voice of power. Repeat the words of strength until they become your second nature. And when the old self tries to return, do not argue, do not explain, do not entertain. Simply repeat the new law. You are no longer building him. You are replacing him. You are no longer identifying with your history. You are constructing your destiny. And the world, though it may not notice yet, will soon have to adjust to the new name you carry. Let us now cast aside the final illusion. It is not knowledge that rewires a man. It is not talent. It is not experience. It is not chance. It is belief, applied belief. And belief is not a whisper of hope. It is a repeated command. Thought repeated with emotion becomes belief, and belief, when expressed in action, becomes fact. There is a formula I must give you, a law not invented by man, but discovered through every successful life I ever studied. And that law is this: thought plus repetition plus faith equals reality. Understand it, remember it, apply it. For it is not mere philosophy. It is the mechanical key to personal transformation. Thought is the blueprint. It is the first vision, the inner picture. But a blueprint alone builds nothing. It must be repeated. And not casually, repeated with conviction, repeated with clarity, repeated with rhythm, and repeated with faith. Faith being the spiritual glue that holds the thought in place when the world tries to shake it loose. I must correct the error many have made. Faith is not blind belief. Faith is not the absence of evidence. Faith is belief repeated so consistently that it becomes evidence. The world bends not to the man who wishes. It bends to the man who persists in his belief. Consider the man Henry Ford. He repeated one image in his mind over and over again. A motor vehicle that would move without horse, that the average man could afford, that would reshape the economy and connect the country. When his own engineers told him it could not be done, he said, "Produce it anyway." When failure came, he said, "Repeat it again." He did not wait for proof. He provided it through repetition of thought backed by immovable faith. And the world, as always, yielded to the man who believed longest. Your current outer life, whether strong or fractured, is not the result of chance. It is the result of your dominant inner repetitions. That which you repeated most consistently has shaped your habits, your responses, your expectations, and ultimately your conditions. Do not look at your surroundings as mystery. Look at them as reflection. You are standing in the harvest of your own thoughts. And if you do not like what you see, you must not complain. You must replant. You must rewire. Say this now, not casually, but with conviction. I think with faith. I repeat with purpose. I act without delay. My faith is louder than their doubt. Do you feel the power in these lines? Do not say them once and expect a miracle. Say them daily, hourly, silently, and aloud. Let your subconscious hear them more often than it hears fear. Let your body act them out until they become your new rhythm. Let me speak now of autosuggestion. It is the bridge between spirit and result, between thought and achievement, between desire and destiny. It is not an invention of the mind. It is the mind's natural law, working whether you direct it or not. Autosuggestion is how the subconscious mind is given its instructions, and the subconscious mind does not filter, question, or hesitate. It accepts what is repeated with emotion. It accepts sarcasm, it accepts fear, it accepts power, it accepts whatever is repeated most. This is why the man who jokes about failure ends up walking in it. This is why the man who repeats, "I can't," soon proves it true. This is why the man who says, "I will," backed by desire and repetition, becomes a force that circumstances cannot deny. Now I must speak clearly. You must reprogram yourself through deliberate repetition. Let me give you what to say. I repeat purpose until it drowns all doubt. I repeat discipline until I forget disobedience. I repeat strength until fear forgets my name. Say these not as affirmations, but as law. Say them when you are tired. Say them when you are calm. Say them until they become the very echo of your breath. Let us again remember that thought repeated with conviction becomes reality. Just as water wears away the rock through steady dripping, so does your repetition shape the steel beams of your belief. The man who masters repetition masters identity. I must now warn you, if you repeat fear, you will install it. If you repeat excuses, you will obey them. If you repeat hesitation, you will live in delay. Repetition does not care what you say. It only asks, is this said often enough? And then it builds accordingly. You must take full responsibility now for what you allow to repeat in your mind. What you hear in the background, what you whisper in your frustration, what you mutter when you think no one is listening. The subconscious is always listening, and it builds with what it hears. From this day forward, every phrase, every word, every suggestion must align with your definite chief aim. Let nothing pass through your lips or your thoughts that does not serve the man you are building. If you understand this, then you are no longer the victim of circumstance. You are no longer the servant of fear. You are the architect. You are now in control of the mental machine. So I challenge you, do not think casually. Think constructively. Do not speak randomly. Speak deliberately. Do not repeat what weakens. Repeat what commands. The man who reprograms himself becomes a new being, and no external shift is needed. No lottery, no opportunity, no sudden break, only thought, repetition, and faith. These are the sacred tools. These are the weapons of mental mastery. And now you know the formula. Thought plus repetition plus faith equals reality. Engrave it in your mind. Etch it into your schedule. Build your habits upon it. Shape your entire speech around it. For the world cannot take from you what you have installed in repetition and faith. Say it once more with fire. What I repeat, I become. What I believe, I build. What I command, I attract. Now move forward. Repeat with purpose. Act with faith. Think with fire. And the life that once seemed impossible will soon become your reality. If you do not instruct your mind, the world will, and the world will lie. It will plant fear in you. It will give you confusion instead of clarity, doubt instead of desire, delay instead of decision. And it will do this not with force, but with suggestion. The undisciplined mind obeys suggestion, even from the smallest, weakest source. Your mind was not given to you to wander. It was given to you to command. But command requires speech. You must speak to your mind like a master speaks to a loyal servant. You must become its general. You must declare orders, repeat commands, and reward obedience. Do not speak from impulse. Speak from instruction. Every idle word you say is a blueprint laid in the subconscious. Every repeated phrase becomes a prophecy. Every emotional complaint becomes a command received. And the subconscious will not debate it. It will not ask whether you mean it. It will only say, yes, sir, I will build it. This is the reason most men fail. They speak weakness as joke, and their subconscious accepts it as law. I tell you, speak only what builds. Think only what strengthens. Repeat only what aligns. This is not soft philosophy. It is spiritual law. No man can construct a palace while cursing his own foundation. Speak now these affirmations, not as poetry, but as command. I speak to my mind as a general to his army. I am the voice that shapes my destiny. I permit no phrase that contradicts my aim. Say these with the voice of command, not question. Say them in the morning. Say them before challenge.
Woo, man. Let me ask y'all something. Did it feel like he was speaking directly to you?
Yes.
Yes, indeedy.
And think about this. That was just the first 27 minutes. So I dropped the link because you got to understand what he was saying. He was saying, I don't know if y'all picked it up. Play this in your background every day. Let this become a part of your rewiring. You are what you are today because you've chosen certain commands to become repetition and become what is as far as your being. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. So here's the deal. Did any of his stuff sound familiar? Like, let me retract real quick. Like he was saying stuff like, the commands, right? What do we always say? Run the play, the play, the play, right? We just say run the plays, stick to the script equals commands, right? One thing he was talking about is repetition. What do we always say? Drill it till you what? Drill it till you kill it. Repetition. The other things, he was saying, live with who you are becoming. Live with who you are becoming. Let me translate. Meet your future self. Meet your future self. Let your future self pull you from distractions. Another thing he was saying, reconstruct and rebuild the new you. We say it all the time, you got to reprogram yourself. So when I heard this clip, it did a few things. It was enlightening me, but it also let me know that we're on the right track.
Yep, confirmation.
It's confirmation. We're just translating it in a different language. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Yes, it does.
Yep.
So just know, you all, that where you are and where you need to go comes down to making a decision to reconstruct yourself, rebuild yourself, rewire yourself, reintroduce yourself to your future self. 10x moving forward, y'all. We don't have a lot of time. 10x moving forward. We don't have time for small play stuff. So I just wanted to share this with you all because I thought this would really hit a home run for everybody. You know what I'm saying? So again, the link is in the chat. So I'm going to turn it over to the index voice of inspiration, Mr. Troy Gandy.
All right. Thank you once again, Uncle Jock. You just got served, village. Well, masterclass by one of the best in the business. So let's give an amazing round of applause, for well-deserved round of applause for the man of courageous conversations and what he brought to the table today, Uncle Jock. And this is where he gets a chance to say, drop the mic and just lean back. Lean back. Easy chair time. He gave it to you today. I'm here to tell you. Well, with that being said, family, it is now time for us to jump into what we refer to as our Annie Willie inspired recap relay. And this is where we get to reflect in 1 minute or less the best takeaway from today's masterclass. And then I'll pass the baton on to our next business runner. And I am not surprised that we do not have to seek and find runners today. We're going to start in lane number 1. She is in the ready, set, and ready to go position. She's none other than our very own superstar, phenomenal woman, Dr. 𝗱𝗏O'Day. Ready, set, boom.
All right, Gandy. Thank you for that. Oh my God. Super wonderful woman. I accept and I live in it. Amen. Very profound. And seriously, it's not a phrase we're not familiar with. We hear every day. It's just that it's like a wine renewed. Okay, actually, this Aristotle even said it. We are what we repeatedly do. So it's just what we should be doing to be who we want it to be. Okay, so it's just, it reminds me about fanaticism. When they say people are fanatics. Okay, it's that repetition, and then it builds that belief, and that's why they live it like, even they don't care even if they die. Okay, so it's that repetition that helps us. So we are in the right place, all of you all. We are. Thank you.
Thank you for bringing it into the zone, Dr. Teresa O'Day. Did y'all see how that phenomenal woman, she just ran into her future self? I hear you. She walking it and talking it and running in the relay with it right now. All right. And we're going to take that baton from her and pat it, put it in the hand of the man with the outstretched hand, known as the financial prophet. Sir, you are it. Let's get it.
All right. Thank you, Uncle Jack, for sharing that this morning. Napoleon Hill is one of my favorites, and I tell you, it's so powerful. And one thing I kept hearing, and Tawana said this morning, 𝗍𝗄 about that principle of rhythm. I just thought about the subconscious mind of being a record player. Whatever you put on that record, it's going to have that song. He said something about a lyric, and we play the same lyric of fear over and over again. Your subconscious mind will play the lyric of fear. If you play that faith on that groove on the record of your subconscious mind, it's going to be faith. So I kept hearing the groove of a record. We're like a song. You are a song being produced in the insurance industry. You are a song being produced for your family. You're being a song produced for your community. You're being a song produced for the world. You're being a song produced to change the world. See what I'm saying? You have an ability to bring out of you something God created in you. You are the DNA of our Creator. You are the DNA of what God produced you to be today. Man, I could go on and on. It's touching my heart right now, y'all. Y'all can feel it. But I just want to share that this morning. You are what you are inside. So bring it out of you. Here comes your harvest. Thank you this morning, Uncle Jack.
Dr. Mark, real quick. I want y'all to I want to piggyback on something you just said. Instead of you all becoming or listening to a record player, become a record player. Whoo! Y'all feel me? Because that's why I always say, y'all hear me say it all the time, put it on the record. I know what I was saying, but I didn't know what I was saying. Put it on the record and drill it till you kill it. Those are your commands. That's how you create the inputs. That's how when you hear people talking about coding, we're talking about human coding right now. If you missed this class, I don't know what to tell you. We're talking about human coding. Whoever right now is having problems in their business, we're giving you the blueprint on how to break free. Whoever feels like they're mentally and psychologically locked up, we're giving you the key to break free. If you miss it, I don't know what to tell you at this point, because you shouldn't miss it. Imagine you getting a life sentence that you put yourself in because of the commands that you put into yourself. And imagine somebody gives you the key to break free, and you say, "Nah, I'm good. I'm gonna leave you with that."
Yes, sir. Yes.
So with that being said, Monique Pinckney, the floor is yours.
Get it.
You're on mute, Monique.
You're on mute.
All right, y'all.
We need to get all that nugget you just dropped. We need to get the 3 seconds back.
I just said, thank you so much, Uncle Jack. This was amazing. And I am in the chair that can swivel, so I'm about to turn around. But the thing that I want to just say woo about is he said that fear forgets my name. because I have repeated it so much to myself, the positive and what I believe and what I see. That repetition, when you repeat it so much that fear forgets your name, that's powerful. Let nothing pass through your lips that do not build up the man that you're building. And so, man, this was just so amazing, because we talk about drilling it till you kill it. What are you drilling?
Right.
If you're drilling the right stuff in your mind, and I thought about money this morning. He introduced me. He said, the millionaire. And immediately I said, I received it, because I'm receiving. I am a millionaire. And so I'm going to catch up to that. And so that's just a little bitty piece. But what if we did that every single day?
Ho, 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 ho. Woo! Y'all know I be having these Uncle Jock moments that most people don't catch, right? When we're transmitting, right? Usually when you have something transmitting, you have something that's transmitting, and then you have something that's what? Because Monique just
Receiving.
said.
Receiving.
Y'all better, hey.
I received it.
Become the transmitter. Be open. Open up your wavelengths so we can all connect with this positive energy and receive the transmissions, the information, y'all feel me, coming from one another, so we can receive it and move forward and maximize as a village together. Woo!
Yes.
Man.
Let me just say
Right,
one last thing, Uncle Jock, and then I'm going to leave.
I'm going to be quiet.
Last thing I'm going to say, since you brought it up. I also, if somebody called me something I don't want, I say I don't receive it. And I actually say it to them. I don't receive that.
See that? I don't receive that. See, Napoleon Hill was just talking about the power of words. We got to realize these words are part of why you see people in a confused state, why you see people in an orderly state, why you see people that succeed, and why you see people that do not succeed. From this conversation that we're having right now, commands, transmitting, and receiving, it shapes who we are. And we got to realize this village right here, we got to reprogram ourselves and create an awakening. Are y'all picking up what I'm putting down?
Yeah.
We the ones. I'm trying to tell you, but we got to move in accordance, and we got to move with order, and we got to move and be on the same page. One band, one sound. Nathaniel, the floor is yours, sir. I'm sorry, Troy. I'm giving it back to you. I just took over his segment. My bad, Troy. But hold on, wait. Let me give it back to Troy, and then Troy can give it to you. Troy Gandy.
Hey, we wired a certain way. We just keep it moving. I'm here to tell you, man, everybody's in stride today. And we're going to take it right now and take it out of the hand of Uncle Jock. And we're going to put the assistant coach back on the side, and we're going to give it to the 1%er mindset, Mr. Nathaniel Hooker. Let's get it.
Thank you, Troy, the Index Voice of Inspiration. I do appreciate you. Listen, today was on it. So listen, I got a little story from the week, and I won't be long. So we went to a birthday party, and it was my family member, and they kept on introducing me as Nate. And I didn't say anything. You know what I'm saying? Because they're my family. They're just, they don't know me right now. And this specifically has a lot to do with what we're talking about today. Replace the old self. We got to control the inputs, the outputs will control as well. So replace the old self. Nate is dead. Nathaniel is who my name is, and I'm not going to let him return, right? I am a 1%er life producer, empowering the 1%er mindset, mastering financial health, and creating generational wealth. Thanks, guys.
Woo! Now, see what he just did. He just let you know. He just let you know who he is unequivocally. This is who I am. This is me, and he stood on it. I love it.
That's what I'm talking about.
And now we repeat it every day, 3 times a day, while I'm walking, while I'm sleeping, while I'm doing other things. Make sure that's repeated every single day. Mindset changes, we change. Let's get it.
Yes. Woo.
You ever been to a relay race and you see them, they trying to get every second out of that race that they can possibly get, and they got their hand outstretched and the baton reaching as far as it can, and they just barely getting the baton to the fingertips of the next runner? Woo! That's what I'm seeing right there. I tell you, and they putting it right out there so that my man, who is known for being the man of the universe, the man that owns the solar controllers, we talk about the man called money. He's ready to get it. It's on your fingertips, baby. Grab it and go.
All right, I'm a touch into what he was saying about Napoleon Hill was saying. The one thing that I take from him, he was talking about self-greatness and building yourself up to the point where he is pointing at you to your greatness within yourself. He breaks into all the weakness out your part, out your mind and your character, and making everything strong. So you're firm. Because if you're standing firm, you gotta keep on moving. It keeps everything moving stronger and more powerful. It's almost like a strong fist. A strong fist can hit hard if you get your pinky out. You get your thumb out. Your fist is burned in a circle, so it's hitting with strong force. That's because he's talking about getting rid of all the weakness in your body and becoming self-greatness. Because if you're great, you can't lead the way out because they can feel your greatness. When you around person, because they can feel it. They just can feel you. That's why I wanted to save my brother Troy.
Praying for you, man. Glad you're feeling better. You heard one thing real clear in that right there, in that leg of that race right there. Run strong. You're rolling strong. And I need you to just be easy right now, because you're about to put it in the hand of those outstretched fingers, and those fingertips right there, they got some pretty nails on them. So you know what happens when you break a sister nails. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. So let her stay focused on families and driven by trust. We're going to give it to Miss 𝗀𝗍. Let's go.
Thank you, Troy. Uncle Jock definitely needed this morning. It's actually made me pretty emotional. Visualization is not a dream, it's design. This one really speaks to me, because you can have confidence and lose it. And a lot of that is because you're not repeating the rhythm. Because otherwise you just revert back to the original programming.
Yes.
Subconscious will make that input law. Don't speak lack, even jokingly.
Yes.
And those are the things I am committed to working on.
Yes.
Woo!
Yes.
You got this, 𝗀𝗍. You got it.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do.
Because guess what? See, sometimes people don't realize that their switch is off, so they walk in every day with the switch turned off, not realizing all they got to do is flip the switch. Just make a decision, flip the switch, and then walk in the destiny. Y'all feel me? You're getting the commands, like y'all getting the commands on this call. Sometimes we giving you the commands and don't even realize that we giving you the commands, because it's bigger than us. Then you start to see the confirmation start to drop, and you start to be like, whoa. Like Dr. Mark, you remember me and you had a couple conversations about confirmation, like, whoa.
Yeah. Yeah. I ain't turning back. This destiny moment. Thank you.
That's right. So I'm sorry, Troy, back to you or to somebody.
It's Candyman.
I'm trying to tell you. And now this right here, this relay right here, then got real interesting. I don't know if the next one should have been before the first one, because you know when the 𝗍𝗍 Leo that holds all the generational stories and whatnot, and she's supposed to be passing stuff down and whatnot.
Candyman. It's your cousin.
Candyman. Oh, okay. We got Candyman. Candyman can. Yeah, we gonna let you break in, because we know you down there on the move, down at the docks and the piers and the moving around. So come on in with it.
Can you hear me?
Yes,
Hold on, let
sir.
me get. Okay, Uncle Jock, you hit this out the park. I'm going to tell you like this, that, hey, this just reinsures and gives me confirmation on some things that I do going forward in my business field. And once again, you can't ask me to build my mansion and curse my foundation. And like I say, this gave me round for confirmation on a lot of things, and repetition, surrounding yourself with positive people. And like I said, you surround yourself with 10 broke people, guess what? You'll be the 11th. If you surround yourself with millionaires, you'll be a millionaire. And we all millionaires. And like I say, I'm pulling that down and I'm speaking that into existence and meet your future self. Multi-millionaires, way makers, way changers. But once again, Uncle Jock, hey, you hit this out the park. And this is the
Thank
thing I say with my escort business like this. I say, hey, you call, I say, I understand my name is Gandy Man, not Candy Man. If you call Candy Man, you get the hook. But if you call Gandy Man, you get the love. And that's how it works. So once again, Uncle Jock, much love, much respect. Whole crew, this is our calling to do. And I just love you. Can't do nothing about it. All right?
I
All right.
appreciate you for bringing it into the zone, cuz. And I'm telling you, now we get back to, once again, wondering what the world is going on in this relay when the 𝗍𝗄𝗍 comes after the former. And the sister is not in front of the 𝗍𝗄𝗍, who usually hands the stuff down. Well, I'm just confused right now. Y'all did me in. Okay, but nevertheless, we're gonna give it now to the 𝗍𝗄𝗍𝗀.
All right. This was a great day. This was a great day. That Napoleon Hill video was on point. And again, Jock, yes, this is confirmation that we are moving in the right direction. If y'all don't do anything else, we need to be on these calls in the morning. Period. And just a note that not all of us move in the same direction spiritually, but we're all trying to move in the same direction abundantly. So we are that aligned mind, that alignment, we are here to make some stuff happen. Thank you.
Woo. Thank you for bringing it into the zone. And now I know I saw another hand up. That was Miss V. Miss V, you still on the track?
I am on the track. I am out of the blocks.
Let's go.
This was absolutely phenomenal and on point. The thing that hit hardest was the world owes no recognition or regard for your greatness. Once you pull your greatness out, it cannot disregard it. So that is something, I'm paraphrasing the last part, but when your greatness comes through, it cannot be denied, it cannot be ignored, and the world will give it the highest regard.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh my gracious. Thank you, Miss V, for bringing those nuggets into the zone. And we're going to tell you at this point in time, with no other hands up, we want to say that our anchor leg of the day has already been run because she snuck in here without saying anything. And, y'all saw the captions, and nobody writes any faster or can keep up with her other than the video and the link itself that Uncle Jock posted. So if you want to catch up with Miss Rita, you better start playing that link every day so that you can follow along with those captions that went along with it, just like our personified AI, Miss Rita. All right, because all the notes are right there. I'm here to tell you. With that being said, we want to thank the 𝗍𝗄𝗍𝗀 for steering the courageous conversations this morning.
Yeah.
Yes. All right. And all of you villagers for participating all along the way with your phenomenal stories and your recap relay. And then we also want to thank none other than the phenomenal man that brought it to us all. He's the one that gives us courageous conversation. And you know it's good anytime he just leans in like he did on the recap relay. When Uncle Jock comes out of that easy chair from leaning back and he leaned back in again because he caught something good, you know it's good. So Uncle Jock, we give you a phenomenal round of applause for doing your thing today, boy, to make this the biggest advantage CEO meetup on the planet, as it always is. With that being said, you all have new marching orders, and you got a bunch of them to start implementing and applying. So if you know what to do now, with whatever you have, you got a whole list of them. Let me just ask the question. What's next?
Drill it till you kill it.
Hey, hold on. Watch this, y'all. Didn't it hit? Didn't when y'all say it this time, it hit a little different?
Yes, he did.
Didn't it? So here's the deal, y'all. I'm gonna close out with this. Take the link and distribute it. Don't hold the information back. At least distribute it, but distribute it with some instruction. You know, 8 hours is a lot of information. It could be overwhelming for somebody. Tell somebody to just play little snippets every day. I'm telling you, once you start listening, guess what? If you're really tuned in, you're not going to be able to stop listening. But get the word out. If we're all on this same page, this is just, again, confirmation about everything that we've been saying. Let's be conscious of getting on the same page. Let's be conscious of rewiring ourselves. Let's be conscious of all of us moving in harmony, right? And the next thing I'm gonna leave y'all with, I'm gonna show y'all, me being a musician, I'm gonna show y'all how powerful your voice is and how to start using your voice as an instrument. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, don't forget today is Wednesday, so you got Frank DeLeo's mindset training. We have our SED training later on. I forgot, are we doing the BTO still tonight? Well, anyway, we'll have a question mark by that, but
chime in on it.
We do have SED, our SED training later, ladies and gentlemen. So with that being said, everybody.
No, that ain't being said. That ain't being said until we get a chance to say, well, that's it and that's all. I'm Troy Gandy, your index voice of inspiration. Signing off from Morning Xperts.
Troy.
Yes.
You just hold on a minute, young man. Hold on a minute.
I'm getting ready to give it back to you.
So what we doing, ladies and gentlemen, is so make sure level up. Make sure level up. Get your level up tickets and get the word out, because the floodgate is open right now. So we got level up, and don't forget, if you're participating in the Medicare, make sure that you're getting the word out. Get the word out, ladies and gentlemen. So with that being said, Troy, take it away.
Josh,
Close us out.
Josh,
Yes.
Okay, one more thing. Undisciplined minds obey. The disciplined minds command.
Woo. Hold up. Say it one more time.
Undisciplined minds obey. Disciplined minds command.
All right. Yeah. With that being said, with that being said, I'm Troy Gandy, your index voice of inspiration, signing off from Good Morning Xperts. And then that's usually when I say, and now I'm giving it back to Uncle Jock.